Okay, so I have a question for you.
Okay, shoot.
We're both first generation. We have a lot in common in that aspect, but like what's the most immigrant thing that you do?
Okay. So
You're like,
there
got
is
it? I
the
got it. Of course I got it.
yeah. So there is this Polish elixir. It's called amol, and it's like it's a little tiny glass bottle. It honestly looks like vodka, and
I
it's
have
got like
seen it. Yes.
it's got like 17 essential oils and herbs. It's like very mentholy. I put that on anything. Like my head hurts, I'm putting it on my temples. If I have chapped lips, I'm putting it on my chapped lips. I'm putting it in my humidifier when during cold and flu season.
That's
Like
funny.
I I believe that it could cure cancer at this point. Like I am living for it. And I used to carry a little bottle with me when I went like to class in college and in my purse. And my dad was like, okay, maybe don't, because if you get pulled over or if someone they're not going to know
It,
what it is.
is there alcohol in it?
It's there is a little bit of alcohol in it, but it's like nothing, but still you're going to get, especially in
It looks,
Arizona,
oh yeah.
like it looks like a glass bottle of
Yeah.
weird Polish vodka. So I
Yeah.
stopped doing that. But
So
that's my
that's like your Windex, like in Big Fat Greek Wedding, that's your Windex. Got it.
100%. Yeah.
Just put
Like,
some Windex on it.
yeah. If it ails you, put some amol on it
Yeah.
and call it a day. And I have been doing that for my entire life.
That's awesome. Well, and it works. I mean, if it
Yeah.
works and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So yeah,
Yeah. Or it's a
love it.
placebo effect and I just do it because I want to.
Yeah. No, all that natural stuff always works. So
Yeah.
that's
That's what I
awesome.
tell myself. But what about
That's
you?
awesome. So this season, like the end of summer, beginning of fall, is sauce making season. So any Italians out there listening or watching, I'm sure you guys can relate to this situation. That currently my front room table, kitchen table, and my kitchen countertop is full of tomatoes that my dad just like kept. I think he bought 12 boxes yesterday,
Oh my God.
like which are like I think 6 bushels is what he like what they whatever. And it apparently is still not enough for my father, so he's going to bring more. So this weekend, like my whole family is coming over, and we're going to make sauce for the whole year. So we're probably going to make like maybe over 100 jars of like the classic mason jars. So my house smells like tomatoes, and it's just I don't know. That's probably the most immigrant thing that I can ever think of, but it's a fun tradition. It's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. And if you have pretty good knife skills, you're more than welcome to help me cut tomatoes because that's the hardest part is like slicing and stuff like that.
I was going to say, right? Like it's the prep work, the actual making
Yes.
of it is probably a little bit easier. So,
Yeah. Yep.
well, hopefully you have a good time and there's no tomato emergencies on your
I hope
ceiling
not.
or.
The plan is to do it all outside, so hopefully it'll be okay outside. But like heaven forbid if someone burns the sauce. I don't know if you've ever seen Goodfellas. Keep stirring
No,
the sauce. Like I'm stirring. I'm stirring. It's exactly kind of like what's going to happen in my life on Saturday.
you're just going to be sitting there doing this for hours and you're just going to be like, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. And your mom's going to
Let's
be like,
too
it's too
damn bad.
damn bad.
Exactly. Exactly. We got to finish today. We got to do it today. So that's going to be my life. Love it.
Oh, well, at least the weather's going to be nice and it's a family
Yes.
tradition. So,
Yes. Yes.
oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
Do you want to get this thing started?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
So welcome to Laugh It Like It's Hot with Melena and Monica. So we're going to talk about the Milwaukee Mile. So both of us, we can't love Wisconsin more. I feel like, right? I feel like we talk it up so much, and it's probably one of my favorite states that I've ever been to. But we were boots on the ground. We were at Milwaukee. We'll talk about our experience because we had some special accommodations that we will say.
Yeah.
And we witnessed a pretty incredible victory for Christian
Yes.
Rasmussen, which I feel like a few weeks ago, we were like, if Christian wins, I'm gonna cry, and like we were so excited. Oh my god, it was a very exciting race to watch.
It really was. And while there's not a lot of stuff I like about Wisconsin, it loves like racing. People love it there. And honestly, it was packed. Like we went
It
last year
was.
for the first race of the doubleheader, and there was a lot of people there, but we got there pretty early and we were walking like the fairgrounds, and I was just like,
It is crowded. It was very crowded, which
yeah,
like I love that area, that the fairgrounds, because I mean, it's made for that kind of event. I feel like the Milwaukee Mile is actually the oldest track of the schedule. I think it opened like 1909 or something like that. But it's been
yeah.
open. It's been there for a long time, and to create like the Wisconsin State Fairgrounds around it, just an absolute perfect setting.
Oh yeah, because you can get there early. You can go and check out all the amazing booths and food, and walk around and do stuff. And I wish every racetrack was like that because
Yeah.
it gives you something to do in between the races.
Yep.
But before we get a deeper dive into Milwaukee, let's talk about some spicy. Are we really this bored during silly season news?
I mean, and like so much stuff has been coming out. Like what, and like I think we were texting each other, like, what is happening? What is going on right now? So I think the first rumor is Alex Palou going to Red Bull in 2026. Is this really gonna happen?
No.
You think Chip is gonna let him go?
No, he is out. Chip knows that Scott Dixon, while he's the GOAT, maybe has a few seasons left. Like he needs to hold on to Alex Palou with his like life
Mm-hmm.
depends on it. But but is out of all the seats, Red Bull, that second seat is like the cursed child of
It
Red
is.
Bull.
Well, and like I
So
think wasn't there like Sonoda's out, right?
allegedly. Yep.
Allegedly he's out and Hajar is in. I
Mm-hmm.
think, right? Like that's like the unofficial news that we've heard. So I'm like,
Yeah.
where is this news coming from that like that Red Bull is eyeing? I mean, maybe they're eyeing him. I don't know. He's certainly qualified to do it, but like I don't think Red Bull is gonna. No, absolutely not.
I don't think Helmut Marko would allow it. And I know he doesn't
No.
have that much pull, but the only thing that I'm wondering is Red Bull starting to freak out a little bit that they don't have a good junior pipeline to fill those Red Bull seats? Because Isaac has definitely said openly, I don't think I'm ready for that Red Bull seat because he saw what happened to Liam Lawson,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I I'm wondering if it's a little bit of speculation because Red Bull's kind of in a bind right now and they're looking for the saving grace to if Max were to leave after next year kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Alex Palou, we can't forget, he had a track into F1 that he took with Zach Brown, which he soiled that relationship with.
He sure did.
So he wanted to, at one point, Zach promised him that seat. So Alex wanting to go to F1 makes sense, but I don't think it's going to be in the Red Bull seat. If I
No.
had to pick my poison, I would rather he's a Honda driver. Why isn't Aston Martin talking to him? They're going to have
Mm-hmm.
a Honda engine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would, granted, it anything can happen. I would be shocked if
I
that
would be.
actually were to happen.
I would be absolutely shocked if like. I mean, Red Bull had a very, you know, like I'm not going to say horrible season, very like just eventful season
Yeah.
with Horner being out and stuff like that. Like, are they? And again, well, and the Liam Lawson situation, it's. I mean, I'd hate for Alex Palou to get in that environment either, because like he just seems too wholesome to be in that Red Bull shit.
And do you want to be second best when you are literally like
You're on top of the
the
world right now.
right? You Do you want to win a fifth, sixth, and possibly beat Scott Dixon for a seventh championship? I could see that. But a little bit of me kind of wants Alex Palou to go to F1 and do well, just to be like, hey, F1 fans who don't watch IndyCar, not retired, castaway F1 or F2 drivers go to Indy. Like,
Right.
we
It's not
can
a
actually
retirement
do well.
spot. Right.
Yeah.
Because I don't think, has it ever happened that an IndyCar driver has gone to F1? We've certainly seen the opposite, that F1 has come to IndyCar. But I can't really think of, and I'm still brand spanking new at IndyCar stuff, but I don't really think that situation has happened where an IndyCar has transferred to F1.
Not in recent years, at least, right? So, I think our one shot, which we'll talk about in a second, was Colton Herta possibly going to Racing Bulls when they were looking at him. But, everyone keeps saying, oh, well, IndyCar is a spec series and F1's a different animal and Alex Palou may be good in a spec series. This man can drive anything. So I think I could see him doing that, but not at Red Bull. I don't think
he would.
so.
No, I don't think that's the environment for him at all. But like I said,
No.
Why would you leave a good thing? Like, he's on such a high right now in IndyCar. Like, why would you?
It all depends on what he's motivated for, right? Like, I don't think Alex Palou is money motivated because I don't think he would be an IndyCar. But
right. And he didn't take McLaren. I feel like he would have gotten paid more at McLaren than he did at Chip Ganassi. So
right. So I don't think he's money motivated. I think he wants to win and he wants to win championships. And minus the new regulations that are going to come next year. Why would you join a team that is fourth in the F1 standings,
right,
and has had fallout after scandal after fallout after fallout, and their young drivers can't be successful,
right?
And then technically McLaren is the number one car right now. Well, you burnt that bridge, so you're not going to talk to Zach, right? So anything can happen, but not now. If anything, I could see it in 2 years, 3 years. He's still young, like he's 28 years old, but he's got a baby.
It's so crazy to think about that he's only 28.
I know. He's got a baby. He just bought a house in Indy, right? Like, a lot of drivers like the IndyCar schedule because they can do other things, but short, but it's also less demanding on the family.
Right.
You're going to put your 2-year-old daughter and wife into, 20 plus races around the globe and barely see. I don't think he will do that. I think he wants to be a present father. So outside of that, unless they're paying him like 60 million, which they're not, I don't see him going over there.
No. Yeah, I agree. But we never know.
Watch tomorrow. It's going to be like breaking news.
Right.
Alex Palou to Red Bull. We're going to be like, oh,
you're like, how we were so wrong. But I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. And you mentioned Colton, that there is a rumor that he's going to go to F2 to help him secure that F1 seat. So he's, because of his super license status, correct? That would be very strange as well. Like, what? What? Like, I don't know. It's just what?
I don't think Colton, unless Cadillac was like, this is the only way you'll get a seat.
Yeah.
Is if you get at least second in the championship in IndyCar for 2 years, or you go to F2 and you do the damn thing. Right?
Yeah. So do we want to explain really quickly what a super license is?
Yeah.
So my understanding with it is it's mandated by the FIA. There's certain requirements that you have to be at least 18 years old, which is kind of bullshit because wasn't Max 17? Whatever. But you have, right? I mean, okay. Yeah, whatever. FIA makes their own rules and then they break them whenever the hell they want. So you can get so you have to get a certain amount of points to gain that super license, which you can gain from IndyCar, but you have to be the champion. Or is second place still give you points?
Second and third still give you large points. So you need 40 points to get your super license. If you get first place in the IndyCar championship, that's 40 points. But if you get second, I think it's 25 or 30 points. So there's like it goes down. But if you're like fourth or fifth, you're getting like 10, 9, 8 points.
Okay. Okay.
So Colton doesn't have the license regardless.
No.
A lot of the IndyCar drivers don't. Like Pato does, because he also does like development driving for McLaren and does FP1s and stuff like that. But the best way to get a super license is to go into a Formula racing league, right? Like FIA, F2, whatever, even Formula E to get license points, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, did I see that Schwartzman's has a super license as well, right? Because he was trained in F2 or F3 or whatever. So there's some, if you came from that European, Formula 1, 2, or 3 environment, then you're going to have it.
So, but why would Colton want to go to like an Indy NXT to race an F1?
Right. It seems like a little bit of a downgrade, especially like if anyone's ever really watched an F2 race, it's just carnage all the time. Like, I mean, and IndyCar is very exciting. It's very, there are a little bit more crashes than there are in F1, but like, it is literally like watching like toddlers play soccer. You know what I mean? Like when they like chase the ball around and stuff like that. That's what it kind of feels like to me. I mean, they're still professionals. Obviously, they made it there for a reason and stuff like that. Yeah. But like that just seems like a downgrade for Colton.
Well, some of these drivers in F2 are like 18 years old, 19 years old, right? Colton is he's Lando's age. And Lando is, look at him. There's a possibility he will be a world champion this year, right?
Right.
Why would Colton want to do that? Unless Cadillac has said you have two options and you have to do one or these two. And if you don't achieve it, this dream is gone. Like, we're going to keep moving forward, because while they have Checo and Bottas, they need to, eventually one of them will retire and they need to have a feeder series. What I can see is, could they have him as a development driver and he can start doing FP1s and stuff like that? But that's not fast enough. He won't get the super license points that fast.
Yeah.
I don't think this is happening. I don't think that an Andretti seat's going to be open and then Will Power is going to take it. Like, no. Are we bored? Really?
Right. That's one of the articles that said like, oh, that's a potential seat then for Will Power. Then he can go to Andretti. And I'm just like, well, okay. Like, I don't know if that's going to happen either. Like, no.
No. Well, I think Andretti has a good problem. They have too many good drivers coming through their pipeline and they have nowhere to put them. So now they're kind of like, oops. But, you do have dead weight called Marcus Ericsson that you still are keeping on your driver lineup. So I don't know.
Yeah, for whatever motivation reason they have for that. I don't know.
Little money, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't see Colton taking 2 steps back just so that he can race an F1. I think he still craves a championship in IndyCar. I still think he craves an Indy 500 win.
Sure.
The guy has worse luck than, well, I guess not as bad as Penske, but like Colton just carries bad luck everywhere he goes. He just needs. So I don't think he's going to go to F2 and kind of ruin that, right?
No, I agree. No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
But, it takes one person to mention something in the paddock and all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, Colton's going F2, Colton's going F2. And it's like,
well, in the beginning of the year, it was like, well, Colton's going to go like the Cadillac seat and stuff like that. But like, whatever.
Look where that got us. Right. Such great American drivers they picked.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
anyway.
Bottas, will give him the citizenship. Yeah. He's ready to become an American citizen for sure.
He is the closest to being American on the grid than ever. But
I miss his mullet. His mullet was pretty sweet.
But you know what? Like, I'm happy for him. Get your coin, get your driving F1 dreams done. But I just want this man to do an Indy 500. Like, I want Bottas to do a 500 because
I think he would be really successful. People love him here, and he loves him like the U.S. So I think that they would embrace him.
Yeah.
But
maybe one day we'll have a Bottas in the 500.
Right? Who knows? Maybe Bottas and Colton will switch seats. I'm saying it now. I'm saying it here. Here, I'm starting a rumor right now because God knows this is how these rumors start. That someone just says something like that.
Botas 2028 Andretti in the
Mm-hmm.
Gamebridge Honda.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think, hey, anything is possible, right? In the
Anything.
world of
Yep.
motorsports.
Yep.
But what's interesting also is a little bit of like a scary situation where Prema, it might not
I
be
know.
looking too good.
I know. It breaks my heart. I mean, I know it, they've had a fairly successful year for their first
Yeah.
year in IndyCar. I know that this last race, Caleb didn't really have, well, he had a little unlucky situation, but I mean, are they not doing well are they F2?
F2, F3,
Yeah, so they're
and
like,
F1 Academy.
so are they're not doing well in any of those either? Because like I know, wasn't Oscar Piastri? Didn't he came
Yeah.
from that? So like at one point they were good.
Yeah, and I think they're it's not that they're not winning, but from a like F2 championship, F3 championship, like MP Motorsports and, like high tech, like those teams are now having their moment in the sun, which I get, like it ebbs and flows, right? They all compete against each other. But I feel like Prema has had very high highs and then extremely low lows. They need to find something in the middle, right? Remember where like Schwartz's car just combusted into flames and he had to like jump out of it because they hooked it up incorrectly at Barber, I think it was, or somewhere like that, right?
Yes. Yep.
But then you have this incredible storyline where Schwartzman got pole at the 500 and you're like a rookie, like, holy crap, right?
Yeah.
So I believe that they should have probably started with one car. Just
Mm-hmm.
started slow, got one car, but they came in with two cars. We saw their setup at the 500 and we saw their setup, in all the other races. They came with the budget that was like an Andretti budget where they were
Yep.
building these giant, places and all that fun stuff where maybe they probably should have thought on a coin level of like, we want to keep the budget pretty flat and see what happens first, right? They're not a charter team. They're not going to get leadership circle money. So if this investment of 40 million goes away to Prema or less, I don't
Yeah.
know, right?
Yeah. I know their hospitality looks pretty awesome, but I mean, like Italians don't do anything half-assed, right? So,
No, they
and
don't.
they kind of remind me a little bit of a little Ferrari situation where the highs are so high and the lows are so low, but they are still there and they look pretty fly. Like we saw, like everyone in the pit crew and stuff like that. They look pretty damn good in those red suits. But
Oh yeah, it's nice, right? It's
mm-hmm.
also it's I get it. You want to achieve success in everything that you touch, right? It's your first year. Like I think next year they'll know a little bit better, right? They still needed to train their their pit crews to do pit stops, right? Like that took almost half a season to not have really shitty pit stops with them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even remember they did like the full reveal on like a live stream with Will Buxton of like, look, we're here and all of this. And I'm sitting here going, Penske doesn't even do that.
Yep.
They just
Like I
came
said,
in like,
that's the
yeah.
Italian way for sure. That's just what it is, unfortunately. And the Americans are not really used to that, but that is truly an Italian way to do things.
Listen, they need to do a sauce weekend and then
Yes.
sell Prema
Yes.
sauce to the fans. And
Bring
there
it
you
back.
go.
Bring it back to the roots, man. Right? That's
Yep.
what people want to see.
That's a couple $1 million right there. We can
Right?
save Prema.
Yeah, totally. Have a pasta party and everything.
Everything. Lean in.
Yep.
So, I guess we'll see what happens with Prema. I don't think they're going away next year. I just think they're going to be looking for, similar to Ed Carpenter, like another big sponsor that's just going to take a little bit of that financial burden off of them. And hopefully their success continues and they even out the highs and lows. And I think they'll be fine.
Yeah.
But Schwartzman and Callum are on long-term contracts. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They're going to be fine.
Yeah.
So, but man, I guess we can now segue into lovely Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm. A lovely experience that we had. So
it was lovely.
We had the opportunity to be guests of Tag Heuer. So, like, first of all, we want to thank everyone at Tag Heuer who made that happen for us.
Yeah.
Bianca and Bob, right, are the two that really spearheaded that for us. So, again, huge thank you to you guys. We had such an awesome time. We've never experienced anything like that. So, thank you. Thank you so much. So, we were sitting at the Turn 4 suites. I guess that's what it's called, right? The Turn 4
Yeah.
suite. Super cool. Very like the only thing that I would say is that we couldn't hear anything because we were so close to those speakers that they turned them off because we would have been absolutely deaf if they
Yeah.
had those on. But other than that, perfect viewing. I mean, we were right on the track.
Yeah. I had the honor of going on Saturday for qualies. And I remember walking in and being like, oh my gosh, like the barricade to the concrete wall is right there. Like,
It's right there.
holy
Like,
crap.
yeah.
Yeah. And I remember sitting there with my best friend and like Felix Rosenquist, like his crash in qualies was literally right in front of us.
Oh
And hearing him have that impact with the wall, like hearing out, I literally was like, I can hear the carbon fiber just breaking apart. That's how close I am.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy, but it was just such a lovely weekend. The weather was perfect.
Perfect. Yep.
It definitely ironed itself out from our 500 and Road America experience.
Yeah, the 500, it was like 60 degrees and it was freezing. Road America, it was 100 degrees and we were dying. And then this was like the happy medium that it was like 75 and sunny. And it was absolutely perfect. Perfect day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, during qualies, like we're watching it and, you know, we get to the top 10, like the last 10. And, you know, David Balukas is standing there being like, oh my God, am I going to have my first pole? And everyone's just kind of waiting. And then Alex Palou's just like, hold
Nope.
my beer.
Yeah.
Whoop, 163. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow. And I just sat there and I went, seriously, like you just won the championship. Like, can you have the little kids
just
win
relax.
something?
Just relax, right? Like take it easy. But no, if he, you know, he's the best, obviously. So whatever.
But I know. But we got to race day and it was just such a lovely time. We walked around the fairgrounds, but then we had the opportunity to walk the pit lane and the garages, and we got to see some drivers and take some photos with Renus and Schwartzy.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of people like even just there for the Indy Next race, right?
Yes.
And we were there to see Dennis Hauger clinch the Indy NXT championship, which now the question is, where is he going to go to IndyCar next year? But it was great seeing that in Andretti 1, 2, 3, a full sweep for the Andretti NXT team. And also, completely off topic, but speaking of Indy NXT, we did get some news that Cusick Motorsports is going to be on the grid next year.
That's awesome. So did they obtain another team, or they're going to add cars to the grid?
So from my understanding, HMD Motorsports has 6 entries this year or something like that. They're going to take 2 out of those 6 and have a technical partnership with Cusick. So
okay.
HMD will still have 4 rides, and then those 2 will go to Cusick Motorsports, and then they'll have that technical alliance to learn and kind of start hitting the ground really quickly versus having to like learn everything and build everything from the ground up.
Cool.
So and they're going to have 2 teams and 2 drivers. I'm so excited to see them back on the grid, but
it's a huge step for them.
Oh yeah, seeing them at the 500 and doing all that stuff for for the last couple of years. I think the question now is are they still going to do a 500 entry? But we'll see, and we'll be cheering them from the sidelines next year, which is really exciting.
For sure. Yeah, so much news this week, and isn't it only Wednesday?
Yeah, I'm tired, but
I'm tired. I know.
But overall, the race it felt, for the beginning, was chaotic, crazy. We had Nolan spin out, let's hit the wall, and then he had a yellow, and it was very your traditional yellows breed yellows. And then Alex Palou kind of was running away with it.
Yep.
For like a good half of it.
Yeah, he was.
And there was no rain in the forecast.
No,
None of
yeah.
it.
I mean, and it was sunny all day. Like we saw clouds, and then all of a sudden, like I think that they showed on the jumbotron that there was a sprinkle that happened on the other half, not even on our half, like because we didn't even feel a thing. On the other half of the track, that there was a little bit of a drizzle, so we got a yellow.
Yeah, which we're like, really, we're getting a sunshine shower like
Yeah,
in the middle of the race, and we did get a yellow, and that was the yellow where I both Ed Carpenter cars were like, all right, we're gonna go for this crazy alternate. We're gonna pit and get fresh tires and fuel, and with 20 laps to go, at Pelot had like a 2-3 second lead over Scotty Mack, and then we look in the background, and Christian Rasmussen is like flying a like airplane, just
dude,
passing people.
dude, it was so much fun to watch. It was very exciting, especially like you said, the beginning was it was eventful. Then the middle, we're like, nothing's happening until that yellow. Then the action started, and we were all on our feet and just like, what is going to happen? What is going to happen?
But I do have to say, Christian Rasmussen has a very aggressive driving style.
Totally.
And
he's a thorn in everyone's side, it seems like.
he told everybody basically, fuck you. This is how I drive. I'm either seeing God or I'm winning this race. Like that was it. And seeing him pass Pelot and just side by side for basically a lap and just a light tap, and then he just slingshotted himself in front of him. I was just like, this kid, like they all have like this no fear complex, but this kid has like a special dose of no fear.
For sure.
And then he kept doing it with like the lapped cars. And then with Felix, he was like,
I know, we're like, you don't need to race that hard. Like those cars you're lapping them right now. Why are you risking crashing? But
I watched the last 20 laps when I got home because I wanted to hear the radio, and like his engineer was just like, you're good. You're good, my guy.
Please stop.
You're good. Like he's like, you're going to win this race. Don't screw it up. And even us, like towards the end, we saw him lose it.
Yeah.
And we were like, but everyone was just like,
yeah.
You know,
we all took
a
deep breath. We just held our breath for a little bit. We're like, why are you racing so hard? Like, you got this.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I'm
good for him.
But that's kind of how you have to race Alex Pelot, because he is just so calm and calculated. And Christian was just like, I'm going to do this. And it was a wonderful, like, to see a first time IndyCar winner is just special.
Yeah.
And coming from Portland, where him and Connor were getting into it, like,
yes.
How do you basically say, I'm sorry, but my style I'm shutting you up too.
Yeah.
Right. The larger question is Connor usually has the latest winner on his podcast every week.
I know.
So
his podcast didn't come out yet, did it?
I did not see it yet, but it normally comes out around now. So
yes, I know, it's like usually mid to the end of the week. That's what I want to see. But I mean, I think both of us have a different personality when we're at work versus we're at home, right? So same thing with these drivers. I'm sure they have these crazy personalities when they're in the car versus when they're out of the car. Both of them are gentlemen. I would imagine that they worked it out, and they're like, I'm working for points here, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. If it's me or you, it's going to be me.
Yep. That's their mentality, right? They're competitive. And I think Connor's just going to be internally salty and jealous about it. And Christian's going to be super excited about it. And while they can agree to disagree on how their driving styles are, I just want to see the interaction. And Connor is a very emotional person. So I wouldn't be surprised if he made some jest and slight jabs at it, but I don't think he's ever going to do anything like, super crazy where he's going to be like, screw you. I hate you.
I can't see that happening.
No.
Now if Santino won and he had Santino on his podcast.
Colton. Connor wouldn't even show up. It would just be the other guy.
Someone else is going to interview him.
Yeah, no, Connor wouldn't show up for that. Chase would just lead the whole entire Speed Street podcast,
Yeah.
and Connor would be like, "I'm gonna go get a beer." Bye.
Right? Yeah. I can't be in the same room with
Uh,
you.
but Rossi was also fourth for
Yeah.
the race, so it was just a good overall day for Ed Carpenter Racing, and I think they needed it.
Yeah.
Rossi definitely needed it. Like there was a moment where I was like, "Ooh, he could take
Oh,
this little."
that would have been sweet. That would have been so good to see him on the podium too. But I mean, finishing fourth, like just seeing them, like he was celebrating right alongside Christian. So
I know.
that was really cool to see too.
Just like did you see the Instagram video that I think Tony posted where it's Rossi's like running through the crowd and like just in his helmet jumping the fence, and I'm like, this is the most wholesome dad and son content I've ever seen.
Right?
In my life.
I know.
Like,
it was very sweet. So I like when the teammates, they celebrate each other like that, which is it's awesome.
Yeah. But I do think that outside of, ECR and Rasmussen, like Polo was still second. Like he was still there.
Yeah. Yeah. It was right behind, it is what it is.
But Scotty got a podium. Scotty got third. I think that's a good redemption drive from this season, right? Nothing bad happened to him. So
right.
I think he took that as a win as well.
For sure. I love that they had cream puffs on the podium too, which we did get some cream puffs ourselves, and they were delicious. Yeah. So it's like that's a fun tradition. I don't remember them doing that last year. Do you?
They did do it last year.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
they weren't
left.
selling them. Oh, we did leave.
Yeah, we did leave. And I don't
remember them.
See
like
a lot of people carrying them last year.
Yeah. So like they had like, whatever, I forgot what the company was called that had the cream puffs, and they were selling them in either 3-pack or a 6-pack. So, and they were huge. They're like ginormous. Yeah. So much fun. I mean, we love
that.
Wisconsin.
Right?
We love you.
Yeah. Keep having more races in Wisconsin. Yeah. We'll keep going. But outside of that, like we still had some pretty like big winners as well. Like I think Marcus Armstrong was put on this like super crazy, like long stint, pit cycle thing. And with the yellow, he ended up actually beating his teammate and start being in 10th again. So that brought him up into the championship. He just got re-signed from another contract with MSR. So I think he's got a little confidence under his butt.
Yeah. Good for him.
And Colton was the biggest mover. He saved it in quali, but he started from the back.
Yep.
And he ended up finishing 11th, just ahead of or just behind Kyle Kirkwood, who started in a normal spot. So he moved the grid up, which kind of is bittersweet because you're like, if you would have qualified, would have he had a chance to maybe get a podium this time around?
I know. But good for him. I mean,
yeah,
I'm a sucker for Andretti. So
yeah, and no faulty pit stops, no tires flying off. So maybe that gremlin has finally been taken care of.
I hope so. There's only one more race to find out. Hopefully that they shook off everything.
Right.
But we did have some shitty pit stops. So for our Davey, little Dave, started in second, and he was holding his own for a while. And then I don't know what happened in his pit stop that he was there. And then he was like all of a sudden last. Like it was to the point where I was like, wait a minute, wasn't he just in second? Why is he last now?
So his pit stop, the wheel gun broke basically. It malfunctioned. So the guy had to go and get another one and do it. So that takes time. And then after that, it was just a recovery drive. Yeah. He still had a decent result. I think he finished like 7th or 8th, right? Yeah. So while he started second, having to start all the way from the back because of a crappy, shitty pit stop, which honestly isn't the team's fault and isn't his fault. That's just true bad luck right there. But he is just showing that on an oval, he is very strong. And his time will come. Like Gateway, it might come this weekend, right? But like short ovals, Gateway and Milwaukee, those are Lil Dave's like prime tracks. But I don't know if you saw, but apparently on quali day, his middle school teacher was in the stands.
Oh, well,
And
yeah, because like Chicago, I mean, it's only an hour drive for us. So
right.
why?
So he was like on the radio and he was like, yeah, like it's second, I'll take second, blah, blah, blah. But I want to do a special shout out to Mrs. Whatever. And she's my middle school
Oh,
teacher. And someone posted a video of it and the teacher's in the stands being like, that's me. That's
oh,
me. And I'm
that's so
like,
cute.
that's so
That is so
adorable.
cute. Love it. I
Uh,
mean, that was like 2 years ago that he was in middle school. God, these guys are so young. They're so freaking young.
he just got his driver's license. What
right.
are you talking about?
Exactly. Oh my God.
But Nolan Siegel, man.
That
What
happened
a
right in front of
tough
us
season.
too. That was like that's his spin out that he had happened right in front of us. That was crazy that you're that close to see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's had a rough season as well.
Well, here's the thing. You have Pato, which it's Pato. He just clinched second in the championship, which is huge for Pato.
Mm-hmm.
Christian Lundgaard, who came from RLL, is fighting Scott Dixon for that third position, and you are in 21st.
Yeah.
I can see, and we all know how brutal performance-driven mentality is at McLaren across all of their teams. I can still see Nolan's going to be there next year. He does pay for his seat. This is his first full year, right? He's still, speaking of children and a baby, he's a baby, but he's making rookie mistakes. And I do think he should have taken another year in Indy next. I genuinely think that he was plucked out too early. And he's making mistakes like he would have in Indy next.
Mm-hmm.
I love the kid. He is a sweetheart. He is the nicest human being ever. He fits the McLaren culture and the vibe, all of that fun stuff. But you can't be 21st when your teammates are second and possibly third.
Sure.
So next year is going to be a pivotal year for Nolan, at least at McLaren. I can see Nolan going to another team if McLaren doesn't want him after that, but he's going to have to start at least being in the top 10, 11 position just to be like, hey, I could be here.
That he is worthy of that seat, because both Pato and Christian have had awesome years.
Yeah.
You know?
I worry, like, Pato is not going anywhere anytime soon, but like, if Christian put that much pressure on Pato this year, next year, after a year of being comfortable under the McLaren umbrella, I am ready for some inner team battles. Like, it's going to be nice.
Right.
So
100%.
But we did have one moment, which I did reach out to Marshall Pruitt for his podcast. It hasn't come out yet, but I asked him this question too, because I have thoughts about this. So Callum, right around lap 114, 115, we start seeing this like white smoke coming out of his left rear. And at the first thing I thought of was, engine, CPU's gone. Like, it's done. Well, apparently that wasn't the case, right? And the team's like frantically trying to take this like smoke and fire out and all of that. And IndyCar automatically closes the pits and throws a yellow.
I know.
Rightfully so. Yeah. Right? But let's rewind to the Indy 500. Rossi's fueler and the car were literally on fire for 30 to 40 seconds.
Straight up barbecue on fire.
Track stayed green.
I know.
I get it. IMS is bigger, right? It takes a long time to go around versus Milwaukee, right? It's like, what, a 40, 50 second lap?
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, so what? Yeah, like what? Why didn't they call that flag in the Indy 500? Yeah. Right, that was a way bigger accident, way bigger situation than it was in here.
Right. Yeah. There was
and they called gasoline. It immediately they called it at Milwaukee
and closed the pits. Like we had perfect eyesight into the pits and they were automatically closed, like instantly.
Yeah.
But we were literally looking at the pits at the 500, and we were also listening on the radio
Yep.
that this man is on fire and he's the fueler.
Yep.
He's holding the fuel tank, right? Like, I just will definitely have to see if Marshall responds and answers my question. And there might be a reason to it, but I think this comes back to just overall consistency in IndyCar.
Yeah.
That the yellows are thrown at weird times. The decisions that they're making sometimes are not, they don't make sense, right?
Yep.
Even some of the yellows, was it Graham who spun out but saved it? And then they threw the yellow, which they normally do for it. But that yellow was for fucking ever.
Yeah, it was. I know. You're like, nothing, there's nothing on the track,
No debris.
Maybe because it was a short oval. Maybe it just takes a little bit longer. I don't know. But like it was, they called it and it was like way too long that they kept that yellow. But
so that's the only moment where I'm like, okay, that's weird that happened here, but not there. So we'll see if we get some clarification on it. But I felt bad for Callum because he was actually doing pretty well in the race. But of course, you can't prevent this type of stuff. But man, listen, that's what you get, Callum, for not taking a photo with us when we were waiting for you.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So we were sitting right in front of the garage, and they were taking pictures of like all the team, and it was like super cute and whatever. Schwartzy immediately comes to the fans to take pictures and autographs, and then Callum just beelines it for and just gets out of there. So we're just like, well, maybe you should have taken pictures with fans, and maybe that wouldn't have happened. That was a little bad juju on your part, bro.
Yeah. We also took a photo with Renus, and he had a pretty decent race as well. So maybe we were just Schwartzy's and Renus's good luck charms.
maybe. Yeah. Oh, I just love that, the opportunity that you can just watch the drivers or be so close to the drivers and things like that, and have take pictures with them. They're so sweet. They're always so nice for the most part, I would say.
Yeah. And here's the thing. If Callum was just not going to be nice and he didn't want to do it, I'd rather have him do that than like suck it up and smile through it. Right. But, I still, granted, I won't see him this year, but like, what does a girl have to do to find Will Buxton at the fucking track for a photo?
Right. Well, and I think all the other two races that we were at, like we saw them from afar. Right. But like I didn't see at all at Milwaukee. So I don't know if they were just hanging out in their like media tent or whatever, probably. But just because it is so close proximity to all the fans and they don't want that, maybe that was just one of those situations where they didn't want to be seen. But still.
But remember last year, like they did that like panel discussion and like T-Bell and Hinch were there. Yeah. They didn't do that this year.
No.
And
maybe did they do it on Saturday?
No, I didn't see anything.
No.
Huh. And they did the autograph session on Sunday, but we were perusing around and we were like, we're not going to go wait in line. But but I didn't see like some of the stuff for the fans zone was different, rightfully so. Every year is different, but like I don't know. Like I feel like if you're going to do an autograph session, like granted, sometimes it happens during like Indy NXT practice. So like maybe Kevin and Jack won't be able to be part of it. But like, I think fans would love to see Hinch and T-Bell and Buxton just like signing autographs and stuff like that. Right.
For sure.
So that's my only piece of feedback is like just give us a little bit more time to hang out with the booth because they're awesome too.
They are. Yeah, they are. They're their own celebrities as well.
Yeah.
I know, and like Jack Harvey, every time we see Jack, he's just running around like crazy. I'm like, give him a minute to take pictures with fans because he's like, so handsome. God, he's so handsome in real life too. Oh my goodness gracious!
Like he's his little like infographic they do for like the grid walk is literally him running, and I'm like, maybe give the guy more time to like walk down the actual grid instead of giving him like 4 minutes to interview 3 people.
I know,
but. I hope Jack comes back for next year. I think that'll be. That man needs to be saved and cherished.
I agree. I totally agree. I hope he does. Is there a possibility that he won't?
Well, I mean, when he was signed,
it was just a year.
Like you never know how long their contracts are, and here. But unless he has got a full-time ride somewhere else. Like I would love to see him race, but if he can't race, I would love to see him in the booth.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed. And, we saw Georgia and all of that fun stuff, but, we just want to see more of them because we love them.
I agree.
But I can't believe it. This weekend is the last race of the season.
I know, right? I wish this one of the races that I wish that we can go to, Nashville. It seems like a lot of fun. I mean, Nashville seems like such a fun city. I've never been.
Same. I haven't either.
So, but yeah, I can't believe it's end of August. Yeah. And we're closing out the IndyCar season.
And honestly, like there's nothing much to there's nothing on the line now, right? Like maybe actually rookie of the year is still on the line, right? It basically is down to Louis and Schwartzy at this point. I think Louis is leading by 8 or 9 points. So maybe Nashville will be the turnaround. I would love either one of them to win it.
Yeah.
But then it's the whole aren't they going to sign Will Power saga? We still don't have a schedule. I'm just going to keep bitching about that until we have one.
For sure.
But I hope Nashville is a good race. Last year it was a good race. It was a great race for Colton. So maybe just to end with a high.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
I know. Hopefully.
But we'll definitely have to add that race to our must-go races. And I know we have a lot of friends that are probably packing their cowboy boots and their cowgirl boots and their hats to go to Nashville. So I hope they have a good time. I'll be jealous and having, liking all your posts from my couch here in Chicago.
Same. Agreed. Same. Me drenched in the tomato sauce watching the race. That's pretty much what's going to happen for me.
Yeah. It's just, I'm just going to be I'm going to just be texting you being like, how's sauce making going?
Right? Just like, are you alive? Have you drowned yet? Like,
Listen, maybe if you get a couple photos, we'll share it on the Instagram. So keep an eye on our Instagram stories. We'll maybe share some sauce behind the scenes.
For sure.
Well, we'll get together after Nashville and talk about Nashville, and then secretly cry here that the season is over, but it's not over yet. We still got one more to go. And hopefully Alex Palou doesn't win and we have another new winner for the season.
Yes.
But we appreciate everyone listening, and hopefully you enjoyed Milwaukee and enjoy the last race of the season. If you want to follow us, we're Like It's Hot on TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and BlueSky. And if you want to listen to more of our podcasts, you can listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And always, if you want to reach out to us, DM us, send us a comment, or like and subscribe. And we'll see you guys later. We'll see you guys after Nashville. So,
yep. Thanks, guys.
All right. See ya. Bye.
Bye.